Hey, we're live. What do you know? Cool. Hey, everybody. Sorry for the lateness. She was kicking my ass for dumb shit. Guys, you'll get it, man. You'll get it. Stop doing it. As per last week, before we ended the show, Hellcat over here was quite passionate about how Trump is a traitor. And instead of some long spiel today, I'm just gonna go give it to her because, like I said, she's extremely passionate about it.
Well, the sad thing is that there's not much to say about it because it really hasn't been in the news, which is surprising. I mean, I know there's a pandemic and all that stuff going on, but you would think that Russian paying Afghan militants bounties on U.S. and our NATO-backed alliances' heads, and Trump knowing about it, allegedly, you'd think that would be front page news all over the world. But it's not. It's nowhere. Why is nobody talking about that?
I guess that's just not as important as anything else.
I mean, there are things I agree are equally important that are going on, but I mean, that's a pretty big thing to not be
No, I agree. I think
talked about in length all the time.
I think it's very very interesting during this time how Trump's getting smashed because of his lack of response or non-response to coronavirus and the outbreak and everything like that. His poll numbers, or maybe not poll numbers, his likes around the world, they're beginning to decline. I mean, not as much as we would like because, of course, we don't want him back in office.
Right.
But I mean, let's just face the facts here. I mean, the dude just cleared his own friend of wrongdoing when he was clearly wrong in doing.
Yeah.
So it would not surprise me if in some way this was suppressed from both ends. Russia and Trump and all the other good shit. But
maybe it's just that talking, but maybe there's a larger, not so much conspiracy here, but for lack of a better word, conspiracy here. Like, okay, like there's so much other shit going on. The pandemic, all the police brutality and Black Lives Matter, things that, actually need to be in the forefront of the news. Like this revolution socially that's happening right in front of our eyes. These things deserve to be in the news. Maybe it's being suppressed because it's like, okay, maybe we've got bigger fish to fry right now. Like, okay, so I keep seeing this thing where there's change and cash shortages.
Oh yeah. So, where we live, we've got the put the quarters into the fucking machine thing, of course, whatever.
The laundry thing,
yeah, that thing, yeah. And so, I've got to go to the bank every weekend, to get a certain amount of money. And first I could get $20 in quarters, okay, cool. And I used to have to go to two different banks to get so I can get 40, last us for 2 weeks. Now it's, oh no, we can only give you $10 in quarters, or we can't give you any. We're in a federal change shortage or something like that. I was high, I won't lie, so don't quote me on their words, but it was definitely we can only give you $10.
Well, I also, I've seen family members posting things about, oh, there's a cash shortage, so now, oh my stars, I can't put cash in my grandkids' birthday cards. It's like, okay, here's the thing. There's no cash shortage, everybody. There isn't. Okay? It's that people want you to use your credit cards and debit cards so that they don't have to handle corona-infested money. We're trying to cut this off as many ways as we can. Maybe that's a good idea because people be doing some nasty shit with money. They stick it in their socks. They stick it in their titties. Yeah, in the middle of summer, no less. Yeah, so maybe they just don't want people handling infected money.
No, why would that be? That would be logical. Jesus Christ. Oh
And
my
my
God.
thought when I see these people posting shit like that is like, you're more concerned about having cash to put in your grandkid's birthday card than you are concerned about your grandkid even seeing their next fucking birthday, because your priorities are so messed up that you don't even know what you're talking about anymore, man.
Right? Fucking, it's.
Back to my original point, larger conspiracy here is that there's no cash shortage, and the fucking other thing that we were talking about. Oh yeah, that they're suppressing this whole like, let's not tell everybody just yet that this whole like thing between Russia and America, knowing about this whole like being paid by Russia, the Afghans, to kill American soldiers and our allies. Like, maybe now's not the right time to tell the American people that. Maybe that's what the larger, like, people who actually, like, the puppeteers who actually run our lives are thinking, like, maybe that should, like, we've got other things to worry about just now. Like, the police are falling apart, as they should. Like, the police should respond to serious violent crimes, murders, robberies, stuff like that. Armed robberies. Like, the kind of, they should not respond to suicides. They should not respond to domestic disputes. There are things that, like minor drug, that like there are things that the police should not be involved in. And people are starting to see that now, because every time they get involved, some innocent fucking black person dies. And it's just like,
okay, all right, but okay, why? Let's say, why shouldn't they get involved in domestic disputes?
well, because unless that domestic dispute has turned violent, like, there's no need for them to get involved.
But I mean, but
if me and you are arguing, and we're yelling at each other and our neighbor hears us, they might call the police. That's unnecessary. We're just yelling at each other. Nobody's pulled a gun. Nobody's tried to stab anybody. Nobody's gotten hit. Like, why do the police need to get involved? They don't.
Well, I mean, you're talking about a simple domestic disturbance.
As soon as violence becomes involved, yes, obviously they have to get involved. That's a violent crime at that point. But the kind of shit that they get involved in, they have no business getting involved in. You can Google it. There are people who are much smarter than me who have compiled a list of things that the cops should not they should not get involved in, and that they should get involved in. Feel free to look it up, because I'm too high to fucking tell you, man. The point is
we have one viewer.
Oh, hi, viewer. Whoever it is, drop us a comment and let us know who the fuck you are.
Oh, look, I don't think they can hear us anyways, because we were so far away. That's the volume bar.
Oh.
Shit, look, now I feel stupid.
Oh,
I'm sure I see when you were talking, I heard, I saw it doing this, because you're loud as fuck.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, now I see it.
Yeah.
But, we did want to shout out to the mayor of New York City, Mayor de Blasio, for his handling of the, I forget what exactly he said. You can Google it too. We saw it this morning on either AM Joy or the chick that's just after her, the blonde chick. I think somebody called her Alex. I don't remember either. It was on one of their shows, and he was out at a Black Lives Matter, I assume, rally in at Fifth Avenue in front of Trump Tower. I think that's where it is closed for a few days because it's now Black Lives Matter Plaza, and that's fucking awesome.
It is.
And he was out there speaking, and the quote that he was quoted as saying at the bottom of the screen was fucking awesome. But again, I'm too high to remember it, so you can Google that shit too. We're just trying to shout out to him. Hey, man, I think you're doing an awesome job. And I know you're not on the ballot this year, but maybe next time give it a go, because you're not fucking old and creepy. I mean, Just saying. You might want to look into that since you're not old and creepy.
Your daughter didn't get plastic surgery to please you.
Your daughter did not get plastic surgery to please you. And while I personally don't find Joe Biden to be creepy, I find his views to be outdated. The fact that he does not want to legalize marijuana within his first 100 days of office is a little short-sighted. Now, I know he's a baby boomer and that some of those guys are a little stuck in the old days, wishing things were like they were, when black people and women and all those other minorities that they don't like knew their place. But I forgot where I was going with this, so we're going to move on to Disney World is opening again today. And I don't understand why, because there are 10,000 new cases of coronavirus.
10,000 new coronavirus.
Is that just Florida?
That's Florida.
That's
Hold on,
Florida.
Give me a second. Where's my phone?
That's America's Wang.
Where's my phone? I want to know the daily number.
I don't know, but I see my phone.
Yeah, let's look at the new daily number.
All right. Okay, you can go ahead and do it, baby.
Okay, Google, what is the number of corona cases in the U.S. today? I want to know the amount, motherfucker. Okay, Google, show me the amount of people infected by coronavirus in the United States today. U.S. to 60,000 new cases a day. When was that posted?
That's New York Times. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Today, June 11th, 2020, from the Washington Post, U.S. cases surpassed total of 2 million. Coronavirus live updates from the New York Times. U.S. nears 60,000 new cases a day. This is something that you would expect to see in, what did our feckless leader call them? Shithole countries?
I believe those were the words.
Yeah. These are the kind of numbers you would expect to see in shithole countries. Wake up, y'all. We're the shithole country now. And it's not because America fucking sucks. It's because we have a fucking moron in the Oval Office. And everyone around him...
Hey, that just means morons everywhere.
Yeah, I apologize to the rest of you regular, harmless morons. Unfortunately, this particular moron is surrounded by yes
not
men.
Make it any better.
This particular moron is surrounded by yes men and sycophants and pedophiles, apparently, who are all so far up his ass that they can no longer see the light of day. Because, see, in the beginning of this coronavirus thing, it started off as we need to sacrifice our grandparents for the economy. Well, now they're trying to open Disney World and schools next month. So now we need to sacrifice our children for Trump's re-election numbers. It just keeps getting better, folks. What would happen, hypothetically speaking, if everybody just decided one day that enough was enough? What might happen? Just like people in the customer service industry aren't just going to take your shit anymore. People who are considered essential workers but are getting spit on or murdered or just dying because you won't put a fucking mask on. What happens when those people say, you know what? Enough. Fuck all y'all. Enough. And they just stop doing what they've been doing. And then all of a sudden, all our shit shuts down. For real. Like, you think you've gone without toilet paper and hand sanitizer and haircuts and restaurants and movie theaters.
Don't forget bars.
And bars. Okay, yeah. All of that. Like, You think you've gone without it now? What happens when all those people say enough is enough? And then they're shut down for a long, long time. What happens then?
The economy completely collapses.
Yeah. But maybe we might learn a fucking valuable lesson in all of that too. It is those people, it is the essential workers, it is the people bagging your groceries, it is the people fixing your fucking fire sprinklers, it is the people, you know, in hospitals, in pharmacies, it is the people that still go and do their jobs day to day that have been doing it all along. All those people that are, oh, I'm so eager to get out of quarantine. Like, what about the motherfuckers that were never in quarantine and have been exposed all along? What about them? Like, I say this with love. Wake up, America. It's those people that are holding everything up. If you stop holding everything up, maybe we can all work towards a better life for those people who are holding everything up. Maybe you don't have to take everybody's fucking shit anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Fuck if I know. I'm just gonna throw this out there, and I know that some of my friends see this. I'm not gonna they're gonna this shit, but perhaps maybe if Bernie Sanders was actually given a true chance to run for president,
right?
And I don't, and I don't want to hear this. Oh, we had a good chance. No. We didn't have a great chance last time. He didn't fucking have a great chance this time. We need somebody with updated views. You can make updated views in a classy way. You can help everybody. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, give. No, you have to have, of course, a structured system, but it has to be a system where everybody wins, and not where there's nothing to work for. And I think a lot of people, in their minds, and forgive me if I'm wrong here, people think that okay, well, if we treat everybody equally and da 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 da, there's nothing more to strive for. Well, of course, yeah, there is. We're not saying everybody gets paid the same thing. You have to have something to work toward. That's what builds the spirit of the world, not just the American spirit.
Well, true, but everybody can agree that some of that, like, the minimum wage is far too low in most of the country. Like,
in all of the country.
Yeah.
Okay, some places states have raised it.
Yeah, some states have raised it. But like most of the country, like still in Virginia, what's the minimum wage here? $7.25.
Well,
that's ridiculous. Nobody can live on that.
Well, then tell that great, and y'all can hate me, but tell that great mayor governor that you all elected. I did not vote, so I can't say much on that. But I will say, he folded like a sack of fucking potatoes.
He did.
So
I was on his side.
If he could sit here and he can pass his new gun laws, if he can sit here and decriminalize marijuana, should have made it legal. Sorry. Oh. Yeah, anyways, if he can do all of this, then he could have fucking.
He could have kept it in phase 1 a little longer.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, my brain was traveling there.
No, it's okay. I got you.
Anyway, so we're going to take a few minutes smoke break. So you guys sit tight if you're watching. If not, we'll be back regardless. Making some really good points. I really like the motion. Oh, that's not making no.
Mhm. She's so fucking still. I have to make her move.
Right.
She's okay.
All right, here we go. And we are back. Thank you for joining us. Whoever is watching, thank you for staying.
Yeah.
Hope we're not boring you.
Whoever you are.
If you want to say hi, you can say hi.
Yeah.
Or do I have to say something first? Hello out there. Anyways, back to what I was saying about Bernie Sanders. He knew that legalizing marijuana federally would help with taxes. It would help with schools. It would help with just so much shit. Especially here in like Virginia. Legalizing it in the state. Okay, Northam. Fucking he decriminalized it up to a certain amount, and that's great. That's a great step toward the right direction. But it would help with jobs. It would help with the taxes here in Virginia. It would help with a numerous amount of things. But I mean, he held a fucking summit, and it seems like it went nowhere.
Right. Just, I mean, I don't know if it's one of those you have to crawl before you walk kind of things. Like, are you not allowed to legalize before you decriminalize? Like, I don't know how it works.
No, yeah, exactly. Like I wish we would have. I wish we would have paid more closer attention because maybe they had written something about what came out of that summit.
Well, I never saw anything about it. That's the thing. Like, I never saw anything that came out of it.
Something, but I mean, I get that you have to make sure you're the right laws. You have to make sure that the taxes on it are right. That the growers are that the growers are 100%. You're not gonna get some shitty weed that's gonna kill you, or
Right.
some laced crap. Or things like. You got to make sure the people running these stores are 100% legit. They're not going to sell to underage kids. They're not.
Well, like I
selling
told you, like I said, it's possible that if every state was to legalize it, like at the state level, then really there's nothing the federal government. I mean, what are they going to do? Like, how are they going to enforce laws in states where every state has it legalized? And keeping it out of federally legal, but making it state legal in every state means that the man stays out of it, pretty much, which means Big Pharma stays out of it.
Yeah, no, you're right. If they get their hooks into it, then that would be fucking terrible.
Because imagine how many of us they could control by fucking with our weed.
Oh God, that's some. Oof.
Yeah.
I'm far too high for that shit. Jesus Christ, man. Anyways, on to the next subject. Because that got fucking morbid real fucking quick. I love you, by the way. Just you know that.
Love you too.
She's gonna kill me tonight. I know she is. She's gonna steal my curls.
It's not stealing if they're for Maeve. I mean, what?
She's so beautiful. I help. Those apple juice.
Sure. Oh no, I'm good.
Motherfucker. So
that's your apple juice.
What just happened here? What are you doing?
I don't know, but he probably shouldn't drink that apple juice. I'm sorry, what were you saying about apple juice? Or on to the next subject. It probably wasn't apple juice, was it?
Okay, so here's the thing. All right, can you hand me the object of this discussion? The mask.
Oh, the mask.
This is what you get when you have Stunner Channel.
There you go.
Here we go. Thank you. All right, so you see me with this nice bushy beard, this thing on my face. Yes. And this long, luscious hair. It is so nice. Oh, I love it. So we're gonna do this. See that? Pretty fucking simple. All right. You know, I work in a construction environment all day long. I have to wear one wherever we go. And I get pretty fucking dirty. She can tell you this. Nastiness. But I can breathe in it. You know, I get there are, you know, some people out there that have medical conditions in which they can't use them. Okay. Now, I'm not saying, you know, you have to wear a mask. I'm saying you should wear a mask. You know, there's no point in sacrificing people like my wife had talked about earlier just because you don't look funky or, you know, you can't breathe. You know, there's got to be a mask out there that is breathable for you and can't hurt. I mean,
and you know, breathable is like, you say it's not breathable, but I have had my nose broken a couple of times.
And we're heavy smokers.
And this, I feel the wire. There's a little hair caught in here or something. I feel the wire on my nose. It's not comfortable. I don't like it. It does hurt after a while. But you know what? I fucking wear it anyway. Because not only am I a heavy smoker, but I also have small children that I don't want to pass this along to. Because while they might just be little carrier monkeys for it, they might come into contact with somebody who might not be so lucky.
Exactly. That's why when I get home from work, the first thing I do, I go take a shower. You know, I don't touch my children. I don't, you know, blah, 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 blah. I don't. Because I don't want to give it to them. You know, granted, I don't go see my parents because they live further away from me. But you know, if I have to go to the store, I'm going to be around older people. You know, and you know, our younger people, and I don't want to give it to them because they're going to give it to their loved ones. You know, there's no point in causing more pain and suffering than need be.
Yeah, it's not about like, it's not about whether it directly affects you or not. Like, you could just be some fucking typhoid Mary who has no symptoms whatsoever, but you're just killing everybody around you. Like, you're gonna feel awful shitty if you could have prevented all of that by just wearing a fucking mask.
I agree.
I would. I'd feel really shitty if I was too. Like, I could have worn this mask and prevented the death of everyone around me, but nah.
Dude, I love that fucking episode of wait, I can't say its name for legality reasons, but where they're really drunk and they talk about history stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the actress they chose to play Typhoid Mary, hilarious girl.
Oh yeah, from that
one show on
from
Netflix.
That one show on Netflix that has a very famous person in it who also did an amazing job in Fried Green Tomatoes
and Misery.
Yeah,
it was a great one.
And let's see, she's done a lot of great things actually. Oh, she was fucking amazing in our favorite season of American Horror Story.
Oh yes, she was. Oh buddy.
Yeah, like totally convincing.
Totally, like she fucking had that.
Terrifying.
Shit. Oh my god. then she like got that haircut for the season, apocalypse season or whatever it was. And it was just
Yeah.
scary. Like, wow, you okay?
Hey, man, like she's old. She doesn't, women don't
You
have to
need to
be
answer.
fuckable at every age, every stage of their life. Like Christina P says.
Oh my God, but
she's awesome. Shout out to her too.
But Trump says you have to be.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck what he says. That dementia-ridden piece of shit.
I'm pretty sure he's blind too.
Yeah, he might be blind.
Big Macs.
Because of like him and Melania, they're always like it's always like they're looking directly at the sun like this.
Probably when they get those fake tans, they don't wear their glasses. Well, they have to because they got the fucking rings right.
The only, the thing is though, why is it that if you come close, if you get a close up on him, you'll see orange smudged all over his collar, but you don't ever see orange on her. She's a much more well put together ghoul.
She probably tans in the buff.
Yeah, and it's like
he probably tans with a suit on.
Yeah, just here.
Yep, and the hands.
And the hands, the itty bitty baby hands. Maeve's hands are bigger.
So is her dick. Hey, look. We haven't got any likes. We still got one viewer.
I'm starting to wonder if somebody like turned it on and walked away, or
they were so.
If maybe it's the person who runs YouTube.
They
watches everybody.
They were trying to find a channel to put them to sleep, and they found ours.
Right.
They were like, just leave it.
Hey, you had some other points you wanted to touch on, though, didn't you?
Not so much points, but like, so, a while ago, we lived up in Northern Virginia. I'm not going to say where, but we lived there. I lived there. She lived there. Something like that. Anyways. Like, I had a lot of toxic friendships, and I'm sure a lot of you out there did too, or have, or do. And granted, I haven't really talked to these people in months, but at the same time, I was thinking about the other day, like, how much better my life has been since I got rid of people. And like, it got me thinking, like, okay, why not use this time to, promote telling people, like, if you've got toxic people in your life, like, you've got motherfuckers that the only time they want to be around you is if you have drugs or you have alcohol or you're spending money on them. Food.
That really made me want food.
Yeah, me too, damn you. Anyways.
Sorry.
So, like, if it's never a two-way street, it's always a one-way street, like, get rid of them motherfuckers. Like, you will be amazed at how much better your life is. Like, I say like a lot, apparently. I'm high. Holy shit. And whatnot.
And whatnot.
What I'm trying to say, guys, is, everything already going on in 2020 and this fucking rocky road of governmental turbulence and state-level turbulence and job turbulence and other
planetary turbulence.
Planetary turbulence.
There are so many planets in retrograde right now. By the way, we've never mentioned this before on the show. We're pagans. We're witches. Yeah, like something is. Don't put that evil on me. Something is happening. Something big. Something is coming. And a lot of people feel it. Like a lot of people, it's not just the pandemic. People don't feel right now. People are sad. People are angry. Like something big is coming. A big change is coming. The planets say so. Our energy says so. Everything about everything that's happening right now says so.
Maybe Earth is seeing its final dawn. Who knows? Sad.
The thing is like, a lot of the times, like when we were kids, like our parents, I remember, like parents used to talk about what they wanted their kids to be when they grew up, In our generation, like, what I want my kids to be when they grow up? Alive.
Healthy.
Yeah, like I don't sit around and wonder what my kids are going to grow up to be. I wonder what kind of world they're going to grow up in.
Yeah, I want to know what kind of I want to know what kind of kids I want to see what kind of kids what kind of people my kids are going to grow to be. Their profession, that's their choice. Do I hope it's a well-paying profession? Of course. You know,
Whatever that may mean.
yeah. I mean, I'm not like don't get me wrong. I really don't want our kid to be strippers. I really don't.
I don't want them to be strippers either, but if that's their choice, that's their choice.
I'm just gonna say this now. That is her words, not mine. Mm, you know, we started this show on the premise that we really felt like shit wasn't being talked about, like people weren't really saying anything, and and that's not saying that we've
The people that were saying things weren't being heard.
yeah, but I don't want people out there saying, well, you're only talking about this, and this, and this. Well, right now we're talking, we like to talk about very prevalent things. I mean, we're a relatively new show, so and by relatively new, I mean this is our second episode, our first live show though, so that's pretty.
That's
cool.
true. Yeah.
Uh, we are smoking on Blue Dream tonight and peanut butter breath.
And something else that I don't remember the name of.
Nope. Remember, it was nice. It makes you feel good. It makes me feel good.
Thought of her name.
Yeah. Well, I bid you a great adieu.
We'll see you next week to talk about some other shit.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, stay safe, y'all.
Peace out. Anything you feel should be talked about, leave in comments.
Yeah, there you go.
Good night and goodbye.
Good night.